Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammadan wa ala ali Sayyidina Muhammad. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. A very warm welcome to Meditation and Murāqabah, a place of reflection, spirituality and connection with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Today we will reflect on a few timeless instances that many of you may have heard of, yet perhaps never truly pondered through, how the Qur'an elevated everything it touched. From the angels to the prophets, from months to nights, from hearts to languages. Nothing remained ordinary once it was connected to the Quran. And this is one of its greatest miracles. It never disappoints. It never lets down the one who lives by it. Instead, it raises it in rank. It grants honor and it transforms lives, hearts and nations. Truly, the Quran is a light that continues to elevate all that is linked to it. This book is a beauty no other book possesses. Each time you read it, a verse becomes clearer, deeper, and more meaningful. This is a unique miracle of the Quran. You may read the same words 10 times or 100 times, even 1,000, yet on each occasion, it opens a new door, a new chapter, it shines a new light and whispers a new truth to your soul. This is why the scholars say, the Quran is not read, it is experienced. It is said that a saint once asked in his heart, "O Allah, I wish to know you before I die." And the inspiration came. If you wish to know me, then read my book, for the Quran is my speech, my light, and my rope extended to you. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala himself tells us, this is a clear explanation for all people, and a guidance and instruction for those mindful of Allah. Surah Al-Imran, chapter number 3, verse numbers 138. And the Prophet ﷺ said, indeed, this Quran is the robe of Allah. Whoever holds fast to it will be guided. By Sunan ibn Majah, hadith number 3784, Hasan. This is the hidden truth. The one who knows Allah through his Quran, death is simply a promotion or a transition to an elevation for that person. Before we dive deeper, kindly take a moment to like, subscribe and share this channel, Meditation and Murāqabah, so that the message of light teaches more hearts. The Quran transforms everything it touches. Everything is lifted, honored and filled with light. Angels rose in rank through it. Prophets were distinguished by it. Months and nights became sacred with it. And hearts continue to be illuminated by it. This is a living miracle. The Quran never abandons the one who clings to it. It comforts the broken, strengthens the weak, and raises entire nations from darkness to light. Truly, it is Allah's timeless gift of love and mercy to all who seek Him. I'll give you a few more examples, like Angel Jibreel alayhi salam. When Angel Jibreel alayhi salam was given the honor of bringing down the verses of the Quran and present them to the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he was not just a messenger of revelation. He was honored among all the trillions of the angels to be the leader of all the angels. He is the archangel of revelation, honored above all angels for carrying Allah's direct messages. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, who received this divine revelation, the Quran, transformed the life and mission, and he was chosen as a recipient and conveyor of the divine word. He became the seal and leader of all the prophets. This rank was further witnessed when he led all the prophets in prayer at Masjid al-Aqsa on the night of Isra wal Miraj, confirming his unique position as the Imam of humanity. He was also the only one person out of the entire creation to visit the throne of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, a level that no one can even dream about. Through the Quran, he became most honored, the most beloved, and the most praised creation in all existence, and will remain the same in this world as well as in the hereafter. A month in which the Quran was revealed, Ramadan al-Kareem, was instantly elevated above all the other 12 months. Ramadan became the greatest, the most blessed, and the most spiritually powerful time of the year. Its honor is tied directly to the Quran, making it the sacred season when hearts are softened, sins are forgiven, and souls are renowned. The night of Laylatul Qadr, in which the Quran was first brought down, A single night in Ramadan became the night of power, became better than 1,000 months. Surah al-Qadr, chapter number 97, verse number 3. Why? Because it was connected with the Quran. One night in remembrance and worship linked to the revelation is more valuable than a lifetime of devotion. This is the immeasurable power of the Quran. Take simple example of paper and ink. And ordinary materials like paper and ink are elevated the moment they carry the divine words. What was once just a page becomes a mushaf, sacred and revered. We handle it with wuzu and raise it above worldly places and protect it from any sort of disrespect. Such is the transformative power of the Quran. Take the example of Arabic language. Arabic was chosen as the vessel for Allah's words, and thus it was elevated to a universal sacred language. Even millions of non-Arabs learn to read, recite and memorize Arabic solely for the Quran. No other language has been given such honor, becoming a bridge between hearts across the globe. Hafiz al-Quran. Now across the world, millions of men and women and even children carry the entire Quran in their heart. This is a miracle that no other religion, no other book possesses. The preservation of every word, every verse and every chapter in the living hearts ensures that Quran is eternal and unchanged. The Hafiz hearts, the one who memorizes the Quran, is granted honor in this life and the next. In the community, a Hafiz is respected and often requested to lead the prayer. On the day of judgment, the Hafiz will intercede for his family, his heart having become a vessel of divine light. Salah, prayer. The very connection between a believer and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in Salah is through the words of the Quran. Every bow, every prostration, every moment of standing in prayer is tied to the recitation of Allah's words. Without the Quran, there would be no Salah, and without Salah, the believer would be cut off from his Creator. Prophetic saying of Hazrat Mustafa sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he declared that the best amongst you are those who learn the Quran and teach it, by Bukhari. This statement alone shows that the highest form of honor in the eyes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is tied directly to the Quran, both learning it and spreading its light. And on the day of judgment, on that day of truth, those connected to the Quran will be called, recite and ascend your rank will be at the last verse you recite by Tirmidhi. Now imagine each verse you memorized, lived by and recited in this world will raise your station in the eternal life to come. Then illuminated hearts. You see, when the Quran settles in the hearts of a believer, in the hearts of a lover of Allah, that heart is no longer ordinary. It becomes a lamp of guidance, radiating light to itself and to others. Such a heart is never dark, never empty, for the Quran transforms it into a beacon of mercy and wisdom. Then spiritual elevation of the saints. You see, through living the Quran, believers are purified and elevated. Some rise to the levels of saints, awliya, while among them a few attain hidden stations, such as the Kutubs and Abdals, chosen servants entrusted with divine tasks. This is a gift from Allah, reserved for those who embody the Quran with sincerity, humility, and with love. Truly, anything that touches the Quran is elevated from paper to months to angels to the hearts. So, my dear brothers and sisters in Islam, do you think even one verse of the Quran leaves no effect? Read just a single verse daily with sincerity and you will feel its light transform your heart. Quran is not only to be recited but to be lived. Let it guide, heal and reform our lives. And always send abundant of salawat upon our beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the one chosen to carry this eternal light to all the worlds. Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammadan wa ala ali Sayyidina Muhammad. If this touched your heart, please like, share, comment and subscribe so that the Quran's message reaches more souls. Wa akhiru da'wana walhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.